What happens when trust becomes the most dangerous thing a person can give? What happens when a single moment, a single decision, changes the course of an entire family's life forever? This is the story of 8-year-old Cherish Lily Perrywinkle, a little girl whose name became known across the world not because of who she was, but because of what happened to her on a night that should have been ordinary. Cherish was born on Christmas Day in 2004, a bright, sweet, innocent child who loved dressing up, playing with her sisters, and dreaming of a life happier than the one she was born into. Her mother, Rain, had struggled for years, financial problems, custody battles, unstable relationships, and moments where she felt the world was simply too heavy for one person to carry. But despite it all, Cherish remained a light. She had the kind of smile that made even the hardest days feel softer. On June 21, 2013, Rain took her children out to buy clothes. She had no car, little money, and a heart full of worry about how she would provide. Donald James Smith, a man who approached with soft eyes, gentle tone, and a lie so perfectly designed that it blended with Rain's desperation. Smith told her he had a gift card. He said he could help her buy clothes for the girls. He spoke kindly, calmly, as if helping a struggling mother was the most natural thing in the world. Exhausted and overwhelmed, Rain accepted. She didn't know his past. She didn't know he had just been released from jail. She didn't know she was standing beside a man capable of unimaginable harm. Smith offered them a ride to Walmart. Inside the store, he walked with them for nearly 2 hours. Surveillance cameras captured everything. Cherish smiling shyly, holding outfits against her small body, walking beside the man she believed was simply helping her family. Smith acted like a protector, a helper, a savior. But every second, every step, was calculated. He waited for the moment Rain let down her guard. At one point, he told Rain he would buy food for the children from the McDonald's inside Walmart. He asked Cherish to come with him. Rain hesitated, then agreed, believing he was only being kind. Minutes passed. Then more. Something felt wrong. Rain looked around. Cherish was gone. Panic surged through her as she ran through the aisles, calling her daughter's name. No answer. She ran to the front of the store, looked outside, and saw what would haunt her forever: Smith leaving calmly, holding Cherish's hand, walking toward the parking lot as if nothing in the world were wrong. Rain screamed for help, ran after them, but the van had already driven away. In pure terror, she called 911. Her voice cracked as she begged the operator to save her daughter, saying the words no parent should ever have to say: "He took my daughter. He took her." The search began immediately. Police units spread across the city. Helicopters scanned the skies. Officers combed every road, every lot, every dark corner where a monster might hide. The hours that followed felt like days. Every minute that passed tightened the fear around Rain's chest. The following morning, officers found Smith's van parked near a secluded area behind a church. And nearby, they found what they feared most. Cherish's life had been taken. The news broke the hearts of everyone who had hoped, prayed, begged for a different ending. The community, strangers, neighbors, parents, children, everyone felt the shock. Vigils were held. Candles lit the night. Stuffed animals and flowers were placed under her photos. People who had never met. Cherish wept as if they had lost someone from their own family. The trial revealed the depth of Smith's deception, his criminal history, his manipulation, his calculated actions inside the store. Prosecutors showed the surveillance footage again and again. Cherish walking, trusting, following. The courtroom fell into silence each time the video played. It wasn't just sadness. It was rage. It was disbelief. It was the realization that one man, with one lie, with one moment of false kindness, had destroyed a family. Rain testified through tears. She spoke of her guilt, her regret, her overwhelming pain. But she wasn't the villain. She was a mother in need. A mother manipulated by someone who preyed on vulnerability. The jury found Smith guilty on all charges. The judge sentenced him to death, calling the case one of the most heartbreaking she had ever faced. But even with the sentence, the pain didn't disappear. Cherish's story continued to echo throughout Florida and the entire country. Her name became a symbol for stronger laws, better monitoring of dangerous offenders, and deeper awareness about how predators operate. Schools began teaching safety programs using lessons learned from her story. Organizations created support systems for struggling single parents. And through it all, Cherish memory lived on, not as just a tragic headline, but as a reminder of innocence, of vulnerability, of how important it is to protect children with everything we have. Her story changed people. It opened eyes. It strengthened communities. And even today, her name still carries weight, still sparks emotion, still urges the world to never ignore the signs. Never trust blindly. Never assume evil looks like a monster. Sometimes, it looks gentle. Sometimes, it smiles. Sometimes, it offers help. And sometimes, that help is the beginning of a nightmare. Cherish Lily Perrywinkle will never be forgotten. And if you want to hear the full story with every detail, make sure you subscribe to the channel and hit like.